Today we're going to start talking about the metric system. Metric conversions are incredibly simple. We just overanalyze them and make them too complicated sometimes. If you look right here, I have a metric conversions table. This is the same table that you can find on page 26 of the North Carolina Chemistry textbook, or you can Google it and find the same table anywhere else. I don't have all of the conversions here. I only have some of them, only specific ones. So let's do a little sample problem, okay? Let's say I have 1,000 milligrams, and I want to know how many grams that is. Now, when you're doing metric conversions, all you have to do is look at your prefix, okay? My prefix there is an M. So I know that over here, I have to look for a small m on my chart. If I follow this chart down, oh, there's an M. That's going to be my prefix. Okay? So I know milli is my prefix. If there are two letters here, the first one is your prefix, the second one is your base unit. Prefix and your base unit. It's as simple as that. Okay, now that we know what our prefix and our base unit is, we need to figure out how to do this problem. So, I'm going to look at my prefix. Milli is my prefix with a little m. Then I'm going to go over to it in scientific notation. It's 10 to the minus third. I'm going to put that minus third right there. That's what I already have. Okay? Now I want to get that in grams. This doesn't have a prefix. There's no prefix there. What do I do now? Well, since there's no prefix, that means grams must be a base unit. So I'm going to go over from base unit. There's no symbol there, so that's what I'm looking for. And then I'm going to go over and find that in scientific notation. Okay, so I'm going to put a 0 beside grams. I have a negative 3 for milligrams and a 0 for grams. That's what I got from over here. All you have to do is take what you're going from and subtract to get your answer. So, negative 3 minus 0 gives me negative 3. That means I need to move 3 spaces to the left. The way I know that's to the left is because I have a negative 3 here. That number's negative, so I'm going to go to the left. Okay? So my decimal place would be right here, if we could see it. So then I just move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. That's to the left. 3 spaces to the left. That means that my answer is 1 gram. I got that 1 because if I rewrite this, okay, I'm moving my decimal place 3 spaces. I went left because this number's negative, and I went 3 because negative 3 minus 0 is negative 3. Okay, let's try a different problem. This time, let's do 1 liter, and I want to know how many milliliters. If I look at liter, liter does not have a prefix. There's only 1 letter here. So I go over here, I go to the dash. There's no letter, so it must be my base unit. So it must be 0. Okay? I'm going from 0. When I'm going to something, it's always a negative. And I'm going to milliliters. M is my prefix. L is my base unit. So I need to find my prefix. I go over here. I look for M. Okay? That means milliliters. And then I go and find my scientific notation. I'm going to negative 3. Here's where you have to be careful. 0 minus a negative 3. When you have minus a negative, that negative becomes a positive. Okay? So instead of subtracting negative 3, you're really adding 3. That means your answer is 3. That means I'm going to move 3 spaces to the right. When your number is positive, you move to the right. Okay? So I have my 1 liter. After that 1 liter, there's an imaginary decimal place. Then all I'm going to do is move 3 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3. Those get filled in with zeros. And my answer is then 1,000 milliliters. Okay, it doesn't really matter what your number is in front. So, if I was going from 160 centimeters, and I wanted to know how many millimeters that was, all I have to do is find my prefix. Okay? So my prefix for centimeters is C. That's the number or the letter in front. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to look for C, centi. Then I'm going to find my scientific notation. Okay? I'm going to put -2 right there because that's where this tells me to do. Okay? Now I have 2 letters right here. One's an M, the other one's an M. This one is my prefix. It's in front, the first M. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to look for M. I'm going to go over and find it in scientific notation, -3. So that means -2 minus a -3. Okay? These are 2 negatives. They're going to become a positive. So that's 1. -2 plus 3 gives me 1. That means I need to move 1 space to the right. Okay? So I'm going to take this 160 with my imaginary decimal place. And all I have to do is move 1 space to the right. So that means my answer is 1,600. It's as simple as that.